Alright boys, let's do this. First thing first, the name, LUI. Secondly, the game, it is the very game of bodybuilding. Thirdly though, Kai Daily Green, and the most muscular pose. Admittedly, here, the Mr. Olympia title holder gets it better than the runner-up, Kai. Kai proceeds. He is adamant to do those kind of crab poses that the LUI does not salute. Just does not suit your body type. Brother, you must upgrade this. As a matter of fact, forget about it. You absolutely hold a single chance versus the current Mr. Olympia. In this field, he has it better than you. The structural physique, the variation of his physique is suitable to do this. When he does it, he looks like a monster. I mean, his arms look bigger and he can bring forth the very traps in a display that you just cannot have because your body is not suitable for that. You know it is your worst pose. Stop doing it. Proceed, should we? And next, Mr. Olympia in his younger years, namely Dorian the Shadow Yates. We're talking about probably, admittedly, arguably one of the best trapses ever in history. When he was young, he was awkward and it stayed with him forever. Proceed, should we? This was an off season. He was the biggest, yet he gets it all wrong. I mean, it does not flow well. The shoulder does not separate rather efficiently between the traps and the triceps. It just does not flow well. And we're talking about probably the best traps ever. It just does not suit his physique, right? Same goes to you. If we see the line, there is not a very clear separation between the shoulders, the delts as I say, and them traps. Plus, you have this peaky biceps and your triceps is a little bit high. This is the structural, feature you have. Make it rather a strength, not a weakness. Please, for God's sake, stop this, right? Proceed, should we? The ex-Mr. Olympia knew and understood when he was next to the likes of Nasser El Somebody, Kevin Levrone. The best pose, muscular pose he had to display is this one with joined hand. He filled it up, was absolutely saturated, a sight to be contemplated, and he proceeded that way, right? Another Mr. Olympia runner-up of the 90s, baby please, Shawn Aesthetic Ray, or as I call him, the Ray. This was his best, most muscular pose. He tried like you, it didn't work, and then he understood what he was versus these big guys. This was his best asset, right? Kevin Levrone was doing that famous crab pose, but in a very distinctive way to the side. It became like a signature pose. He was doing it in his routine, but when you compare yourself to Nasser or somebody, you cannot do it because it is not efficient. You're not facing the judges, right? This is, you get it so right. Look at it, Kai. You do it and it flows well. I mean, perfect it. It is almost perfect. Just need to turn your wrist a little bit, to the inside, like you're doing hammer curls to close this peaky gap and make it rather symmetrical. It is perfect, Kai. Why did you stop making it? You hardly ever do it. I mean, you can Google pictures of Kai Green most muscular pose. You'll hardly find only two. Him doing this joined hand pose, and you get it so right. You should always perfect it. Think about it. I mean, your chest looks so full. It is filled. You have a little gap here that you can fix, right? I mean, but it is saturated. It is to be saluted by myself. Hopefully, your trainer will understand and tell you, bro, stop those freaking crab poses because they are not to be saluted, right? Proceed, should we? I mean, another dude, as I said, Shawn Ray. I mean, this muscular pose was not his most efficient. Look, the separation is not good. Admittedly, he was not doing it that much. You can see him do it in his personal routine, but in the comparison rounds, bro, he forgets about it pretty much, right? Kevin again doing it on the side, right? You, brother, versus this top guy, versus Jay Cutler and Mr. Olympia of these days. Unfortunately, you just don't get it. Some of those kind of poses when your hands are a little bit basically off. I mean, hands on hips doesn't suit you. Jay Cutler was so killing guys with this poses. I mean, even Ronnie was struggling versus him, right? He just get it. It suits his body. That's his body type. Kevin Levrone, again, the joint hand. It became a very milestone. I mean, you almost can call it Kevin Levrone pose now. He gets it so right. It is his signature pose. He knows how to get it. He was pretty much 3D all day and daily, bro. Right? I mean, as I said, Mr. Olympia back in the day, 8-time Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, he did not get it right too. It was not his most efficient. So when you put him next to the big bad wolf, he gets smoked. Mr. Olympia gets smoked, right? So a pose does not suit everybody. Proceed, should we again? Dorian Yates, he gets it all, you know, you can draw a line. There is no separation. Do you see a freaking separation between the traps? Again, the biggest traps ever, and the huge shoulders and the tricep. This does not flow. It does not do that sneaky thing that it should do. So he stopped doing it. It was not his best pose. When he does the joint hand, it is to be saluted. Definitely better, right? This one gets it good. I mean, probably one of the best. Definitely he can display, I mean, the crazy shoulder development separated with huge traps and even his legs. So Jay Cutler, he gets it textbook, and he was killing people with it all day and day Libra, right? This is the second picture I found of you doing the joint hand pose. You should perfect it. Do it. It's just better than your the crab muscular pose. I salute this. Just perfect it. You should think about it this year. You probably come bigger. It will look fuller, like the first picture I showed about yourself, right? That's what's up. Again, I mean, year after year, again, be my guest. You guys can see this. If you're familiar with bodybuilding, you will know that it is not his strongest point. I mean, you look absolutely smaller, right? It's just the way it is. It is an optical illusion. We should stop doing this. Other examples, actually, of the same pose. Kevin, again, just to remind you guys that he gets it so right. If you guys have difficulty with the crab pose, think about this one, right? And Mr. Olympia, unfortunately, Kai Greene gets it better than you. It's one of his strengths. You're losing points, in my reckoning, doing that pose in every aspect. When your arms, basically, and your hands are separated by a distance, either on the hips or on the crab pose, he can saturate more than you because he has basically narrower shoulders. Those are physics. You cannot beat physics. Other guys who have the same issue as you, I mean, as I said, Sean Ray and Lee Priest, but they perfected by doing the closed joint hand. You can see Sean Ray here gets it so textbook, and so does Flex Lewis. This is what's up. These guys, when they do the side chest, they look like you. Their arms go higher. This is the way their insertions are. Their triceps is a little bit high. The pose looks a little bit higher, and that's the way their physique is. So when they do the crab pose, this is the most efficient way for them of doing it. Textbook. Alright? Think about it. Salute you wherever you are. Don't forget to like the video if you agree all day and daily, bruh.